So let me dive into it. I've seen, mostly because I've seen it and I know the power that it has, right? And I think cascading insurance is I didn't jump into that, so I think this is a kind of the perfect segue. I think cascading insurance is the strategy of the wealthy. And what is cascading insurance? It's essentially buying insurance on a younger member of your family, right? So let's say, and I'll give you like a personal example where I'll give you two personal examples, and I'll give you an example from a client if we have time, if we want to dive into it. But essentially, I'll start with my grandfather. Passed away a few years ago. He had life insurance, and something that he was able to do with that life insurance is he was able to gift me and all of my cousins some money when he felt like it, essentially. When we graduated university, it was an event, he gave us some money, which I just think is a really cool kind of thing that you can do for family members as a grandfather, as a parent, as whatever. When he passed away, again, we received a little bit more money, and this was not a life-changing amount of money, but it was a gift. And I think that carried a lot of, I'm big on legacy, and I think that carried a lot of what he wanted to be passed on in terms of his values, and it was a beautiful thing. Now, fast forward, my dad has bought life insurance on me. And now this is a real cascading insurance. That was kind of the segue. This is actually how it works, right? My dad bought insurance on me when I was a little kid. This life insurance policy he bought on me now is worth $800,000, $900,000. And there's a cash value component that has a couple $100K in it as well. So he's the owner, his company's the owner of this policy. Now he has access, he's the owner, so he has access to all of this cash value if something happens and he needs the cash for whatever reason or wants to use it as an investment opportunity or there's an emergency. He has access to all of that cash value. So there's me, there's my two sisters as well. He's got access to capital built into these life insurance policies. Now, at a certain point, he'll probably gift that policy back to me, and then that'll be my money that I could use if I want. And then at a certain point, if I never use it, well, my grandkids are gonna get, or my dad's grandkids, my kids, will get a pretty sizable death benefit when I pass away. But that'll have came from my dad, which is kind of a cool, and that's what cascading insurance is. So insurance is cheap when you're young, and it grows like crazy the longer you hold it. So if you're able to buy it on younger family members and then pass along the ownership of the policy, whether that's personally or through a corporation, if it's a corporation, it's the shares that get inherited, and then they own the company and the asset that's within it, which is the life insurance. And so it's a really, I just think it's a beautiful strategy that encompasses why wealthy families do this. And I have a lot of clients that it's the grandparents. So I have clients, they just got a newborn kid, and now it's the grandfather who's calling me, is going, hey, I want to insure my grandchild. And now 2 generations after he's gone, he's gonna be long gone, but they're gonna get a check from their great grandfather who was thinking so far ahead as to make sure that intergenerational wealth was being passed down. And the nice thing, Joey, about life insurance is there's guarantees. Your investment portfolio, your business, there's a lot of variables, there's a lot of risks involved in anything. And in life insurance, not that there is no risk, but death benefits have been growing. 150 years of history will show that they grow pretty much every year if you're with a good company. Cash values do the same, and they're vested. So even if the market crashes, if you have $1 million life insurance policy, it's still gonna be $1 million. If you have $500,000 in cash value, it's still gonna be $1 million. So, or $500,000. So that's that's kind of how cascading insurance works, and I think that is why the wealthy use it.